Let's talk about Lizzo. So apparently, y'all already know we don't need to go into a whole loop-de-loop about the fact that Lizzo's latest album basically went triple plastic. Nobody bought it. It was like 6,000 copies, whatever the case was. It is a huge flop. She's been banished to the Kaya Asylum, even though she don't like being referred to the whole Kaya Asylum situation. Well, sis, it is what it is. Accept it or don't. But I guess she don't. But whatever. They still got it in the Kaya Asylum. But anyway, so her accusers, the thing that she won't talk about, her accusers who came out and said that she harassed them, whatever the case was, well, they're speaking out on the recent flopation of Lizzo's latest album, rhymes with itch, and said that they never intended to ruin her career with these allegations. So Lizzo's fifth album, Bitch, released earlier this month, last month because it came out in June, received a lukewarm response, making a challenging return to music for the Grammy-winning singer. Many are speculating about the album's underwhelming performance, with some pointing out Lizzo's involvement in an ongoing lawsuit against her former backup dancers. Her primary accusers are speaking out about Lizzo's latest album and how it may have impacted her career. Now, as they said, the album sold over just 26,000 copies in its first week, along with 2.7 million on demand streams, with sales plummeting to 650 units the second week. In contrast, her 2022 album Special debuted at number 2 on Billboard 200 with 39,000 copies sold in the first week. While many factors may have contributed to the album's underwhelming performance, many believe it's partly due to Lizzo's ongoing legal battle with her former dancers Noel Rodriguez, Ariana Davis, and Crystal Williams. The three spoke to CNN, saying they have mixed feelings about the trajectory of Lizzo's career. Regardless of their emotions, they claim the intention in filing the lawsuit was not to take down Lizzo. It was never an intention to take down a plus-size woman of color specifically. Or you mean how Lizzo loves to weaponize the fact that she a black woman and she fat? Now, Lizzo's former dancers said it isn't the place to talk about the state of the singer's career. Speaking on behalf of the group, Rodriguez said, "I don't really think it's our place to discuss or even have an opinion on how her career is going at this point, when that wasn't even our reason for filing in the first place." In 2023, Rodriguez, Davis, and Williams filed a lawsuit against Lizzo and her production company, claiming body shaming, sexual harassment, and workplace hostility. The legal battle is still ongoing. Now, Rodriguez added that the lawsuit wasn't a smear campaign against Lizzo. Rather, they want to hold the singer accountable for the values she has built her public image around. He said, "I think if anything, in retrospect, I've actually had some sadness in the fact that it has impacted her career." Well, are people really surprised that this is like the outcome of the situation? Like, if you're gonna go and file lawsuits against someone, accusing them of creating a hostile work environment, having them go to a club where women were shooting balls out of their cootie cat, like taking them to a sex club type situation, which is what they said that happened. I believe it was in Amsterdam when they said this went down, or basically body shaming them when Liz was a whole, basically shaped like matron Mama Morton, and creating this crazy hostile work environment. And you don't have control over the outcome of the situation. But I believe that your legal filings is partially one of the reasons why people don't mess with Lizzo. It's also that the music is just not hitting. The music's not good. I told you I had a friend that listened to the album, and he's a Lizzo fan, and said, "Where are the hits?" Like, there was no memorable songs on the record. I've heard people say the album don't get cooking. Like, there's like maybe what is it, like 10 or 11 tracks on it. It don't start getting cooking to like the third to the last track on the record. Like, towards the end of the album is when the album really starts to pick up. And my thing is, when it comes to anything, whether it's music, movies, or whatever, you gotta hit the ball out the park in the beginning. I will give you three songs of your record. If the three songs ain't hitting, I'm out. And when it comes to TV shows or movies, you got 30 minutes to get me going. If I'm not feeling you, if I'm not feeling your movie in the first 30 minutes, I'm out. That's how I felt about the last Ant-Man movie. That movie was Horrible. 30 minutes I gave it, but then I left it on as background noise, and I went right to work and was working on some topics or whatever for my show, whatever. Had it on as background noise. Same thing with a TV show. You got 3 episodes to get me going. If the third episode don't get, if you're not cooking with gas by episode 3, I'm out. So I at least give you, you know, I'll give you a moment to get me going. And if the shit ain't there, I'm out. You should not be having to get, you should be set, like keeping your better songs at like track 7. Bitch, ain't nobody got time to be sitting up in here trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. So I gave you 30 minutes, 45 minutes of music time in my ears and waiting for the album to heat up, and you still got me like, the gas thing ain't turning on, it ain't working. So now this skillet is just gonna be cold. The oven done broke down, and I can't make me a good old rotisserie. It's like, no. So I think there's many factors went into it. I do think it's partially the situation, but for people to ask them like, well, do you think that maybe your lawsuit has something in why people aren't feeling Lizzo? I just think there's so many different factors. This case is ongoing, but also I should say that Lizzo has refused, and I think this is what really pissing people off. She is blaming everybody for the lukewarm success of this album and not taking responsibility for what's going on. You know, this whole damn time I forgot I did not put the comments up. So, and I just thought about it. I was like, oh, I forgot to do something. Naz up. But she to me has not taken responsibility. You know what? Yeah. Clearly, you know, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. People just wasn't feeling what I was putting out there. And that's that. She keeps about his algorithms, all this. Girl, you are a way bigger position than so many other people are. Like for me, I'm if I was putting out music and I'm independent, it might be harder for me to get the algo going because of, you know, how the algorithm and stuff runs. You're someone who's one of her albums went diamond. Probably the one that got about damn time in the morning. You got a diamond record. You're an A-lister. You're rich. You're successful in so many other ways with your previous music. But creatively as an artist, you have not evolved. And so she's going on all these shows, all these podcasts, the Swiftologists and all these other ones, and pointing fingers and blaming everybody for her failures except for herself. Just go back to the drawing board, figure out why people ain't feeling me. Maybe go back to the old Lizzo, bring a couple of, you know, that positivity music that you was doing. Your music, I like your positive songs. I like that. Baby, I'm ready to be loved. I like that song. I like About Damn Time. I like a lot of the bops that she came out with. Like, it was very, and she's singing. She plays the flute. She's positive. She had the hip hop image. I mean, like type of tone or whatever to her music. She needs to go back to that, like the earlier stages of her career, but evolve the sound. She needs to work with some real creatives that can keep her on the right track. It's just, I feel like now because she lost the weight, and it's the same thing I've said many a times with her and Meghan Trainor. Who are y'all as artists? And I think that's what you kind of need to sit in a room with yourself, with a mirror in front of you, and figure out who am I in this day and age as an artist, and incorporate that into the next chapter of what it is that you're doing. So I'm definitely going to keep a track of this whole situation, meaning the current case or whatever the case is, because they said the case is currently before a California court of appeal, and both parties are awaiting a court date for oral argument. So we just got to wait and see how this whole situation comes down. And she also talked about the lukewarm response to her latest album, admitting she took it to heart, saying that I think that there's like 24 hours of my life where I base my success and my worth on a number. And I think that was soul crushing. Yeah, when you start worrying about algorithms and sales and being number one and all other stuff, you're going to continue to have failures. You can't sit and worry about all the numbers, whatever. All you could do is put out the best work you can and hope that people respond to it or they don't. But you literally out here just making music so that way you can go viral on social media or get a bop to play on the radio. And you can't do that. Either you're an artist or you're someone who just makes algorithm pop or makes music specifically for radio. But you can't do that forever because, ma'am, you on the later side of pushing 40. So you like in your late 30s. So, or mid to late 30s. So they already, already know the radio already starts to look at y'all as like y'all are being put out the pasture. It's past your time. You're getting old. We got to go for the next young, fresh thing. And so if you're going to continue to try to play up and pander to that and try to hustle the algorithm in the radio, you're going to continue to see your shit diminish. So I want to hear from y'all. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.